I hope you had a really good birthday. Hope it was fun. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. You are older now. Happy birthday, Chinny. I hope it was fun. Chinny could possibly be 20. We don't know. We have no idea. We have no way to know for sure. We can guess, but we don't know. Okay. We are on OJ. We are on the good part. We are just going to have a great day. Great OJ day. And I don't know. Let's see what happens. I don't hear anything either. It's not just you. I don't hear. There we go.
In that paragraph, did you indicate, sir,
oh shit, it's Marcia.
Of any physical
Okay, she'll sit down soon. She will.
That's correct.
Right? Sit down, Marcia. Sit down.
First of all, regarding this picture, you notice how swollen Mr. Simpson's middle finger looks? You see his knuckle up there? You see
Objection, leading.
Let me point it out for you.
It's leading.
Okay, let me ask you. Do you notice anything unusual about that middle finger of Mr. Simpson's there? Can you see that?
Yeah, it's really swollen. I think. So I've been told.
I wouldn't have seen it before, so I wouldn't know whether it's normal or not. I mean, that's the first time I've seen that.
This picture was the way it looked back on June 8th, though, isn't it?
Yes, right.
All right. And with regard to Mr. Simpson complaining, as I understood your testimony, you noticed Mr. Simpson limping, and you asked him a question about that limping. Isn't that correct?
Not in this written testimony. That question was never asked. You asked me that question here today.
Sure. But on that particular date, on June 8th, you noticed him limping as he's walking toward his ball, right?
Right.
All right. That's something you saw with your own eyes, isn't that right?
That's right.
Oh,
And then you then commented or talked to Mr. Simpson about why he was limping. Is that right?
this is leading.
All right. All right. After you saw Mr. Simpson limping toward his ball, what did you do at that point? Did you ask him a question?
We just said, we joked about old football injuries. Just said that's old football injuries, knee injuries. That was very, very brief. I mean, it was like in a joking way. We really didn't discuss it at all.
All right. Thank you very kindly, sir.
Ms. Clark?
But in your statement, sir, you explicitly said Mr. Simpson did not complain of any physical limitations and did not indicate whether he was taking any medication and did not do so in Mr. McKay's presence, correct?
He did not complain.
Has the Metro made it down to Alexandria yet?
I hope so.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. McKay.
Thank you.
Mr. Douglas just left really, really
All
fastly.
right, next witness.
They don't have a witness, I think. What do you think?
Thank you very much, Your Honor. If the court pleases, we call Mr. Dan Mandel.
Oh, this is going to be annoying.
All right, Mr. Mandel, would you come forward, please? No? Wrong person. I might have to give you an extended lunch hour to recuperate from all this. All right, are you Mr. Mandel? All right, good morning, sir. Would you stand over here by the podium and face the clerk, please? Face the clerk.
Raise your right hand, please. Do you solemnly swear to protect you when you make it and cause not to leave?
I don't know who he is. I don't know.
I do.
Please have a seat on the witness stand and state for your first and last names for the record.
Just pull the microphone, please. Thank
Danny Mandel, D-A-N-N-Y-M-A-N-D-E-L.
Good morning, Mr. Mandel, and thank you for coming.
Morning.
You a little nervous?
Definitely.
Have you ever had the occasion to testify before?
No, I have not.
Would you briefly tell the jury what your education and background consist of?
I have a BA from UCLA. I graduated in 1990. And currently I work at Sony Pictures in television finance.
And your BA is in what?
Mr. Mandel, would you just pull the microphone closer to you, please? All right.
Your Bachelor of Arts degree is in what field?
It's in sociology.
And you work at Sony Pictures in what capacity?
in finance and accounting.
And are you planning on returning to school?
Yes, I am.
And when and where are you planning to return to school?
I'm going back this fall for an MBA, most likely at USC.
That's a master's degree
Correct.
in business administration?
Correct.
Have you been accepted to that school?
I have.
I want to draw your attention and ask you to tell the jury if anything unusual happened to you on June the 12th and if there's any reason to recall that date of 1994.
Well, just that I was in this, at Matsaluna that evening, and then happened to walk by Nicole Simpson's house that evening.
So you have, obviously, you're aware of what's been going on in the trial of Mr. O.J.
I know,
And you're aware that that date has some...
he got a sociology degree, so of course he's in business and marketing.
some significance.
Yes, I am.
And that restaurant has some significance.
Yes.
Now, and because of that, did it cause you to focus on that date and to remember what took place?
Yes, it has.
Would you tell the ladies and gentlemen of the jury where you were just prior to going to Mezzaluna Restaurant?
I was on a first date, and I picked up Ellen Aronson in her apartment.
And where did Ellen Aronson live?
She lives on Darlington in Brentwood.
And had this date been arranged by a mutual acquaintance?
Yes, it has.
And who arranged that?
This was a doctor.
So you
We
sh-
share the same doctor.
Where was Miss Aronson's apartment?
It's on Darlington.
And do you know where Darlington is in relationship to a location that did you at some point become aware of where Nicole Brown Simpson lived?
Yes, I did.
Where in relationship to Nicole's condominium was Miss Aronson's apartment?
It's approximately 1 block south and 1 block east.
What time did you arrive at Miss Aronson's apartment?
At a little past 8 o'clock
In the evening?
in the evening.
And did you leave there at some point in time?
Yeah, shortly thereafter.
Where did you go upon leaving the apartment?
We walked to the restaurant.
How did you get to Miss Aronson's apartment?
I drove.
And you decided, however, to walk from that apartment to Mezzaluna?
Correct.
Do you remember the route you took going to Mezzaluna?
Generally, yes.
Right. Would you kindly tell the jury the route you took?
We left her apartment and went east on Darlington. And actually, I don't know the cross section, the name of the street right there. I can't be certain. But then we crossed over to Gorham and walked east until we got to, we entered what would be the back door of the Mezzaluna restaurant.
Had you been to the Mezzaluna restaurant before?
Yes, I had.
And this is the Mezzaluna restaurant in Brentwood?
Correct.
The same location that's been mentioned in this case, to your
Correct.
knowledge? Your Honor, may I mark an exhibit? Let me make sure, please. Just a map of the area that might help Mr. Mandel in his testimony. This is marked Defense 1230.
All right, map of the area, defense 1230. Give that back to Mr. Shapiro so we can proceed,
May we put this on the Elmo, Your Honor, report submission?
please.
You have a little monitor to your right, if you'll kindly look there. Do you see on the map the area that you've just described to the jury? Do we have another copy of it?
It's not very easy to read.
We're going to get another copy of it.
All right.
Can you see that? Can you see Darlington up there?
Yeah, I do see Darlington.
And is that the general area where you picked up Miss Aronson?
On Darlington, correct?
Okay, and do you know, can you see from the map what street you came up on after you passed Darlington?
While walking to the restaurant, you're saying?
Yes.
My orientation here is Montana, Gorham, Darlington. Can you just point out to me which is Bundy? I can't tell which is east and west.
All right, you know what, let's
I mean, I can't read the names of the streets
That's
that are
fine.
here.
That's fine. Let's just take the photograph down, Your Honor.
I hear you, buddy. Don't worry.
You proceeded to go
You
to the
got a
Mezzalina
friend
restaurant.
with that.
How long did it take you approximately to get there?
To walk to the restaurant?
Yes.
I'd say 10, probably 15 minutes.
And had you made reservations at the restaurant?
No, we had not.
Did you have to wait for a period of time?
No.
Do you recall approximately how quickly you were seated?
We were seated just as we walked in.
And did you have dinner at the restaurant?
Yes, we did.
Do you recall what you ate?
I had a pasta.
And do you recall what your date had?
I would not specifically. I believe she had a pasta as well.
She had a
Did you
salad.
have,
Don't be
any
stupid.
alcohol to
It was a
drink?
date.
No, I didn't.
What about your date? Did she have any alcohol?
She had a lot of alcohol.
Do you know what time you left the restaurant?
I would approximate 10:15 or so.
Have you ever seen any records of when the check was presented to you?
Yes, I have.
And did you review that record?
Yes, I did.
And what did that record indicate as to the time you left the restaurant?
The timestamp was 8:55.
Sustained. Seriously, disregard.
They're not going to disregard.
We'll get a copy of that in a minute.
Hi,
What time
Zach.
did you leave the restaurant?
Approximately 10:15.
And did you refresh your memory in some
I
way?
do that all the time.
To get that time.
Yes, I did.
And how did you refresh your memory?
Well, when I looked at the credit card receipt and the timestamp on it.
No, that's what he used to. No, that's not hearsay.
Go ahead, you may complete your
No,
answer.
that's what he looked at. The refreshers right
For
You looked
real,
at a credit
yo.
card receipt to
That's the
refresh
end
your
of the
memory.
answer.
Yes.
Have you seen that credit card
For real.
receipt subsequently?
Yes,
Yo.
I have.
When have you seen it last?
Yo.
It's been many months since I last saw it.
Where did you see it last?
Probably back in January.
When you left the restaurant, do you recall which route you took going home? Did you take the same route you took going to the restaurant?
No, we didn't.
Which route did you take going home?
Again, we left from Metzalina's back door, which is on Gorham, and we walked Gorham west onto Bundy, and continued Bundy until Darlington.
At some point in time, did you become aware of
Especially
the
when you're
precise
uploading,
location
huh?
of Nicole
Yeah,
Brown Simpson's
I know.
condominium?
Yes,
And have you seen photographs of that?
yes,
Have you been by there?
yes.
Do you recall whether or not you walked by that location on June the 12th in the evening with your date, Miss Aronson?
Yes.
Is there any question that you walked by that area?
No.
When you walked by that area, did you notice anything unusual?
No.
Did you hear anything unusual?
No.
Did you hear any barking dogs?
None.
Your Honor, we'd like to put on the Elmo. And, I think this should, I don't know if you've been blocking this picture or not.
Yes.
I believe we have. Some people are having a little difficulty hearing you. Your Honor, may we request,
Mr. Mayor, I would just pull it a little closer here. There we go.
thank you. Feel free to speak.
I don't need to hear him. I'm just watching him. It's fine. It's all good.
Like,
I want you to,
monitor's a little-
I want you to look at the monitor now, and can you describe to the jury whether or not that's a location that you have seen before?
Yes, it is.
And what location is that?
That's 875 Bundy.
When you walked by that location on the 12th, did you see any blood in the area that's depicted in the photograph?
No, I did not.
Did you see the shape or silhouette of the body of a person when you walked by?
No, I did not.
And you've told us you heard no barking dogs?
Correct.
Do you have any way of relating to this jury what time you walked by that condominium?
Yes.
And how can you relate what time it was?
Well, both by knowing the credit card time and having an approximation of how long I sat before I left, and then also when I was on Darlington, a few houses down from Ellen's apartment, I happened to glance at my watch, and
What time was it when you glanced at your watch?
it was at the bottom of the hour, approximately 10:30. It could be a minute or two before or after.
And how far was that location from 875 South Bundy when you looked at your watch?
In time, it's probably about 3-4 minute walk.
Have you walked that since that night?
Yes, I have.
And were you able to mark the amount of time it took?
Yes, I did.
And is that how you've come up with this estimate?
Yeah.
Was there anything unusual whatsoever at approximately 10:30 on June the 12th that you recall when you walked by the condominium of Nicole Brown Simpson?
No.
May I just have a moment, Your Honor?
Now, Mr. Shapiro, which exhibit was that you used on the Elmo?
That's People's 42, Your Honor, for the record.
You really don't have to keep the camera on them, sir. You know the camera, it's a cameraman. That's all I'm going to say. It's probably not at all I'm going to say, but I've uploaded to the wrong channel so many times. Sometimes I know it, sometimes I don't. I don't know,
discussed
maybe.
The areas of your testimony with the jury with me prior to your testimony, is that correct?
With the jury?
What you talked to today, did you
Correct.
discuss that with me?
Okay, yes,
And that was a couple weeks ago?
yes,
Did you also have the opportunity of talking to anybody from the district attorney's office?
yes, I did.
With whom did you talk to at the district attorney's office?
With Marsha Clark and with Bill Hodgman.
And did you tell them what you have told the jury here?
Yes, I did.
Your Honor, we would, with the court's permission, like to show a diagram of the area. It's on its way, and perhaps we might want to ask the court.
I think we already have several diagrams of, and if you recollect, part of the crime scene view with the jury was to give them the relationship of the Mezzaluna restaurant and its proximity to the Bundy address. Robertson can assist us with this.
Thank you. We would appreciate that. Did you tell the members of the district attorney's office about the receipt from the Mezzaluna restaurant?
Yes, I did.
And did you tell them how you were able to gauge the time?
Yes, I did.
Did you see any footprints that looked like bloody paw prints in the area as you were walking on 875 South Bundy?
No, I didn't.
Do you recall how long you spent with members of the district attorney's office?
I was in the office probably approximately an hour.
And do you recall when you talked to them?
What month?
Yes.
Back in, I believe it was September.
Of 1994?
Yes.
May I just have a moment, Your Honor, please?
ETA for your exhibit.
Both of you are looking backwards. They're bored at our way.
All right, then, Mr. Shapiro, how about if we start with the cross-examination? I'll allow you to reopen as to the diagram.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Clark.
Now, Mr. Mandel, your first statement actually, your first belief was actually that you were at the location of 875 South Bundy at about 11 o'clock, correct?
No,
Or was that Ms. Aronson's first belief?
I don't know.
Do you recall that she spoke to the police before you did?
Yes,
And it was after she spoke to the police that they contacted you?
correct.
And initially, when you spoke to the police, you believed that you had walked back from the Mezzaluna by a different route than you've explained to us today, correct?
No,
You don't recall telling me back in September of 1994 that you initially thought you had walked out on Gorham and gone down Westgate. Do you recall telling me that, sir, back in September of 94?
no, I pointed out on the map the direction, but I couldn't recall the street names. And I told you I would call you when I got home, which I did.
But you initially told me also, sir, did you not, that you thought you had taken a different route and you wanted to change that statement. Don't you recall telling me that?
No,
But if you had walked down Westgate, you would never have come anywhere near South Bundy, correct?
I'm not sure where Westgate and South Bundy
We're
intersect.
going to have a chart for you and you could show the jury. If you had taken that Westgate route home, you would never have gone on to Bundy at all, correct?
As I said, I don't know where they intersect.
All right, the route that you took to go to Mezzaluna, took you down Darlington and then up Westgate. Is that right? And actually, let me put it more easily before I get the chart. The route you took to the Mezzaluna did not take you on Bundy. Is that right?
That's correct.
And that was a very direct path from her apartment to the Mezzaluna. Is that correct?
Fairly direct, yes.
And is it your testimony, sir, at this time, that when you walked down Bundy, you walked on the west side of Bundy?
Yes.
And that would mean that you'd have to not only cross Bundy once going from the Mezzaluna, going from the east side of the Bundy to west, but then you'd have to cross Bundy back again, going from west to east, to go back to her apartment. Is that right?
That is correct.
And Bundy is a curving street, is it not, sir?
It is.
And the intersection of Gorham and Bundy is uncontrolled for Bundy. It's only a stop sign for Gorham. Is that correct?
That is correct.
And it was very dark there that night, wasn't it?
Moderately dark.
Moderately dark?
I don't know how you gauge it. It was nighttime.
All right, you identified that photograph for us here today as 875 South Bundy, didn't you?
Yes.
Were you noticing all the addresses of the places you were walking past that night?
No, I didn't.
As you walked down the street on Bundy, were you looking up each pathway to see what was at the end of each pathway to each house?
No, I was not.
You were talking to Ms. Aronson, is that correct?
Yes.
And that was your first date with her, is that correct?
Yes.
And you were looking, you were not looking to see what the details of each house you were passing was, correct?
Correct.
Were you looking to see if there was any blood on any walkway, sir?
No.
And as a matter of fact, you had to cross from the west side to the east side of Bundy, isn't that right? To go back to her apartment?
Yes.
And you can tell us, can you tell us for sure right now at what point on Bundy you crossed from the west side to the east side?
Yes.
And how can you do that, sir?
Based on my recollection?
Let me ask you something. Was that the first blind date you've ever had?
No.
You've had others since then, is that right?
Probably, yes.
You ever taken a walk with any of those blind dates, sir?
Probably not.
Never took a walk with another blind date?
Not that I recall, no.
Ever taken a walk with a woman before Ms. Aronson?
Yes.
How about since?
Yes.
Can you trace the route of each woman you walked with?
If, specifically, yes. If I guess we start talking individually and I recall the date, I could.
Oop, oop. Ms. Clark, let the professionals do that.
I know. All right, for the record, we put up people's 26.
Don't give up your day job.
All right, I'm showing you people's 26, sir. You see where that yellow dot is on that chart?
Yes, I do.
And does that yellow dot pretty much accurately describe the location of the Mezzaluna?
Yes, it does.
Is that right?
Yes.
And can you tell us where in relation to Dorothy, Darlington would be?
It's this next block.
1 block south, is that right?
South. Yes.
Okay. Now, can you show us approximately on that chart? Actually, you know what? Let's use the Elmo. You can sit right there. Look at your monitor. I'm going to show you that chart on the monitor. And Mr. Fairtlow, if you could move that just a little bit up so that we get more of the south area. Okay, there we go. Thank you. If you would, sir, look at this chart now. I'm going to ask you to direct the arrow, make it red, there you go, the cross, to the location approximately of Ms. Aronson's apartment.
So bring it down a little more. Onto Darlington, which is the block south of Dorothy, and a bit closer towards Bundy. I mean, still on Darlington, but bring it approximately there.
There?
Yeah.
Okay, did you mark that? Thank you. All right. Now, you stated you got there a little after 8 o'clock?
To Mezzaluna?
No, to her apartment.
I mean, yes, to her apartment. Yes.
And how many minutes after 8 o'clock did you get there?
I think about 5 minutes after 8.
Did you look at your watch?
No.
That's an estimate, is that right?
It is.
Okay. And then you talked to her a little bit in her apartment, is that right?
Yes.
And do you know exactly how many minutes you spoke to her in her apartment?
Not exactly, no.
Did you look at your watch when you left?
No, I did not.
But you left at some point after 5 minutes after 8 approximately, correct?
Correct.
So your estimate is that at some time after 8 o'clock you left her apartment, is that right?
Yes.
You don't know exactly when, is that right?
That's correct.
Okay. And when you walked, I would like for you now to direct the arrow and show the jury what route you took to the Mezzaluna that night when you left Ms. Aronson's apartment.
Okay. I don't recall specifically. All I know is that we took Darlington going east, so that direction, and
Okay. Can you put a line down?
I'm not certain. I believe that we took a left there to Gorham and then A right towards Metzaluna.
You're not sure?
No, I'm not sure on the way there.
You're not sure what route you took on the way there, is that right?
That is correct.
You think you took a left at the street that is the intersection that the arrow's at right now, which would be Westgate?
Yes, I do.
You're not sure.
Not on my way there, no.
Could have been the next street up that you took a left at, is that correct?
That's possible.
So you're guessing, is that right?
Yes, it is.
Okay, go ahead and make a left there. Could you show the left with a dotted line at this intersection? There you go. Now, are you sure that you went all the way on Westgate there?
Who is that
Or
man
could you
with
have
a
made another
shirt
right at
on?
Dorothy, and then maybe another left and a right to go up to the restaurant?
As I said, going to the restaurant, I don't recall.
You don't recall.
Ellen led us there.
So you think you might have gone this way, you're not sure, on the way to?
Correct.
All right. But if you did turn left at Westgate, you would have turned again right, right hand on Gorham, correct?
That's correct.
Now, Ms. Aronson's apartment, is it on the north or the south side of Darlington?
On the north?
And so if you take that route, you can walk on the same side of the street, crossing only at the intersection of, what is that? Gorham and Westgate in order to get to the Mezzaluna. Is that right?
That's correct.
And you never have to cross Bundy at all, correct?
Correct.
So you left Ms. Aronson's apartment, you estimate, at some point after 8 o'clock.
Correct.
And it took you how long to walk to the Mezzaluna taking that direct route?
I'd say approximately 10, maybe 15 minutes.
Were you looking at your watch?
No.
You didn't time that, did you?
No.
You're just estimating for this jury, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
And you got to the Mezzaluna, you had dinner, correct?
Correct.
How long exactly did you spend having dinner with Ms. Aronson?
I can't say exactly.
You don't know because you weren't looking at your watch, is that right?
That's correct.
You're on a date.
Correct.
Okay. And after you finished eating, you left the restaurant, correct?
Yes.
You look at your watch at the time that you left?
No, I did not.
You don't know exactly what time you left, is that right?
That's correct.
You said that you paid your bill with a credit card, correct?
Correct.
And that after you paid, you stayed in the restaurant for some period of time.
Yes.
You did not look at your watch to see how long you spent in the restaurant after you paid the bill.
Correct.
A woman waited on you, is that right?
Yes, you did.
Do you recall what she looked like?
I recall that she was attractive, darker skin.
Ponytail? Her hair was in a ponytail?
I don't recall.
Do you know her name?
No.
You've been watching this trial, is that right?
Yes, here and there.
Okay. Do you recall seeing the people that testified that were working at the Mezzaluna that night?
No, not specifically.
You recall seeing a waitress by the name of Tia Gavin testify?
No.
Does that name ring a bell?
No, it doesn't.
So you paid the bill, and at some point after you paid the bill, you're not sure how long, you and Ms. Aronson left, correct?
Correct.
And when you left, you state that you walked out the back door of the Mezzaluna?
Yes.
Can you describe the back door of the Mezzaluna that you say you walked out of?
There's a little patio. I believe there's a little zigzag to go down to the street.
Okay. And you could just walk out the door, you didn't have to step over any railing or fence or anything?
Actually, I think I did hop over a railing.
And for what reason did you take the back door?
It's just closer towards the direction that we were going.
Now, after you left, you went back to the restaurant to look for your keys, isn't that right?
Momentarily after.
And when you went back into the restaurant, there was no one else there, isn't that right?
No other
No other
patrons?
customers.
It was very empty. There may have been one other table.
You recall telling myself and Mr. Hodgman back in September of 1994 that when you went back to the restaurant to look for your keys, you saw no other person there?
That sounds familiar, yes?
And who did you speak to about looking for your keys when you went back into the restaurant?
Nobody.
You just looked?
They were just on my seat. I had them between my legs when I was sitting there.
Okay, so you went back into the restaurant, retrieved your keys, and then went back out again, correct?
Yes.
And did you look to see how long it took you between the time you left the restaurant, went back in to get your keys, and went back out again?
No, I did not.
So when you actually left the restaurant for the last time, you do not know what time it was, is that correct?
That's correct.
And Ms. Aronson waited outside the restaurant for you when you did that?
Yes.
And then she and you walked out of the restaurant, is that right?
Yes.
Now look at the chart, if you will, People's 26. Can you indicate to us what route you took to leave the Mezzaluna?
All right, Ms. Clark, before we start on that, I think we need to take a break. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take our mid-morning recess. Please remember all my admonitions to you. Mr. Mandel, you may step down. You're ordered to return in 15 minutes. All right? All right, back on the record in the Simpson matter. All right, Deputy McNair, let's have the jurors, please. No, hold on, Mr. Mandel.
I want to see Shapiro again. So, I was working yesterday, and she's right. The waitress I was working with at night, she's like, this time, when we change the clocks back, like, we don't ever get an extra hour of sleep. Most of us stay awake an extra hour. We don't go to bed as early that night. A lot of people say that they are waking up early. No, not or later. Yeah, earlier. No, we just stay up later. That's just what we do because we're adults. And we don't go to bed until we absolutely have to, unless we're exhausted, and then we fall asleep eating.
President, jury has rejoined us. Mr. Mandel, would you resume the witness stand, please? And pull the microphone close up to you, please. And Ms. Clark.
Thank you, Your Honor. All right, now, over the break period here, you've had a chance to confer with Mr. Shapiro and the members of the defense team, correct?
Correct.
And you've made an effort to have the receipt from the Mezzaluna sent in here, is that correct?
That's correct.
As a matter of fact, after the events of June the 13th, at some point you actually wrote a letter to your credit card company to get them to send you a copy of your receipt,
I telephoned them.
and you made that effort to get the receipt because you thought it was important to find out exactly when you'd been at the restaurant.
A police detective from the LAPD asked me to do it.
Okay, and that was after July the 12th, is that right?
Yes,
And July the 12th is when you spoke to the police officer, is that right?
that sounds correct.
You had never spoken to any police officer before that date, is that right?
That's right.
And you watched this preliminary hearing for this case on television at some point, did you not?
I believe I caught a little bit.
And so the first time that you spoke to a police officer on this case was after the preliminary hearing had been completed.
Yes,
And it was at some point after that that you spoke to the defense, is that right?
yes.
When was the first time you spoke to the defense?
I don't recall what month. It was many, many months later. Perhaps, I don't recall. Maybe January.
Now, after you spoke to the police officer, you wrote or you called into your credit card company to get a copy of your receipt because you did not remember what time you left the Mezzaluna. Isn't that right?
I had an idea, but when I looked at the credit card time, I knew that it couldn't be right, so I called.
And you say you had an idea. You thought it was sometime between 10 and 11. Is that right?
I thought it would be a little bit after 10 when I left.
You did not know exactly when you'd left. Is that right?
Exactly? No,
And you still don't, do you?
not exactly.
And you still don't know exactly when you walked down Bundy. Isn't that right?
Not exactly.
And you still don't know when it was that you crossed Bundy from the west side to the east side, what time it was.
Not exactly.
And you still don't know exactly what time it was when you actually got down to the end of Bundy, to the, strike that. Now, but before you ever spoke to a police officer in this case, you spoke to Ms. Aronson several times about when you left the Mezzaluna and where you walked. Isn't that right?
I think we spoke once or twice.
Now, that blind date, that was the first time you'd ever met her on June the 12th. Is that right?
That's true.
And that was a setup by your doctor, mutual doctor?
Yes.
Has he set you up since?
Attempted.
Never mind. Now, did you ever go out on a date with Ms. Aronson again after that night?
No.
So the only occasion you had to speak to her was because of this case, isn't that right?
Yes.
And that's all you talked about was this case, isn't that right?
Just small talk. How you doing?
But the reason that you got in touch with her was to talk about what time you left the Mezzaluna and where you walked when you left the Mezzaluna, isn't that right?
Generally, yes.
And you talked to her at least once, maybe more than that,
Correct.
2 or 3 times perhaps.
2 perhaps, yes.
And that was before you ever spoke to a police officer on June the 12th, isn't that right? July the 12th, isn't that right?
Yes.
So July the 12th, 1 month after the the date you had with Miss Aronson on June the 12th, was the first time that you spoke to a police officer, right?
Yes.
And by that time, you'd spoken to Ms. Aronson 2, maybe 3 times about where you walked and when you walked there.
Correct.
And after that time that you spoke to the police officer, you spoke to Ms. Aronson again about this case, did you not?
I don't recall specifically.
You don't recall? Do you recall telling me in September of 1994 that you spoke to her again before coming into the office to see myself and Mr. Hodgman?
No, I don't recall specifically.
You don't recall that?
Not specifically. I don't recall how many times we spoke.
You have spoken, though, with her since July the 12th, correct?
Yes.
And you had a date with her since then?
No.
So the occasion for you to speak to her was about this case and the events that occurred on the night of June the 12th, isn't that right?
Yes.
And how many times have you spoken to her since July the 12th about this case?
I think we've gone over this now 3 times.
No, I'm talking about a different time period, Your Honor. That was before July the 12th, now it's after.
Mr. Mandel?
I remember we spoke on the day of the opening argument, and then I don't think we spoke again since.
You saw her when you came into court today, didn't you?
Well, yeah, since the last week.
Since the last week? Is that yes?
Yes.
How many
Sorry.
times have you seen her in the last week?
I crossed by her one time earlier last week.
In the courthouse?
No.
Where?
In Mr. Cochran's office.
In Mr. Cochran's office? Yes?
Yes.
And did you speak to Mr. Cochran?
Yes, I did.
And when was that?
That was a week ago Monday.
Was that the only time you spoke with Mr. Cochran?
Yes, it was.
And for how long did you speak to him?
Just for, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes.
And did he take any notes or make any report of your statement?
No, I don't think he took any notes.
Did he tape record your statement, if you know?
I don't believe so.
Who else was present when you spoke to him?
Mr. Shapiro, Mr. Douglas, Mr. Bailey.
What about Ms. Aronson?
No,
And you spoke to him for how long? To all of them for how long?
perhaps 20 minutes.
And after you spoke to them, did you see, or before you spoke to them, did you see Ms. Aronson at the office?
Yes, I did.
And where was she?
She was leaving.
And did you speak to her briefly before she left?
Just, hi, how are you?
And did you see her again after that point?
Not until this morning.
And you saw her outside here in the court building?
Yes, I did.
And did you talk to her?
Again, just small talk. Hi, how you doing?
And you've spoken to Mr. Shapiro this morning before you began your testimony?
Not before I began, no.
But at the break during your testimony, correct?
Yes.
Now, sir, you indicated to us that you, since June the 12th, attempted to walk the route you believe you took back from Mezzaluna to Ms. Aronson's apartment on June the 12th,
That's correct.
and that you,
Overruled.
timed it or attempted to time it.
That's correct.
How many times did you do that, sir?
We did that twice.
You say we. Who'd you do that with?
The attorney.
Which attorney is that?
I did that with Mr. Bailey perhaps 1 month ago, and then with Mr. Neufeld a week ago Monday.
Do either one of them look like Ms. Aronson?
No, they don't.
And was it at night that you walked with them or during the day?
It was in the evening.
What time?
Approximately 10:30.
And what did you talk to them about as you were walking?
We were just, again, small talk. I think we were talking about my going back to school, and just, we were trying to reenact to get an approximate pace.
Did it feel the same walking with Mr. Neufeld as it did walking with Ms. Aronson on June the 12th?
We were just walking and talking.
Did it feel the same?
Counsel, I don't think you need that.
Okay, let me ask you something, sir. Back on June the 12th, did you live in that neighborhood?
Back then, I did not know.
Did you at any point, have you ever lived in that neighborhood?
Not at that point. I do currently.
Okay. Then let me ask you this. Westgate, is that a fairly quiet street, sir?
I really can't make a judgment. I mean, like I said, I live in the area, but I don't live specifically right there in those couple of blocks. I don't really know Westgate specifically.
Well, you walked on Westgate that night, correct?
It was quiet that night.
Okay. And relatively speaking, would you say Westgate is busier or quieter than Bundy?
If I were going to make a guess, I would say that Bundy is probably a busier street.
And the other street, Granville, that is 1 block up from Westgate, as you look at this map. See where you have the red line there? That would be Westgate, correct?
Crossing Dorothy, you're saying?
Correct?
Yes.
Okay. And if you go the next parallel street
Yes.
that would cross Dorothy, that would be Granville, correct?
I don't know the name of the street.
Okay. But is that a fairly quiet street compared to Bundy also?
I believe so.
Now, prior to June the 12th, you had never visited 875 South Bundy, is that right?
Yes, that's right.
And if I asked you to describe any of the houses in that block on Bundy, in the block of 875 South Bundy, would you have been able to do so?
No.
And as of June the 12th, before you, as of June the 13th, before you heard about the murders, could you have described for us the location of 875 South Bundy?
No.
And you never walked up the walkway of 875 South Bundy, is that right?
That's right.
And when you walked down 875, when you walked down Bundy with Miss Aronson, did you walk on the outside of the sidewalk or the inside of the sidewalk?
I was on the inside,
You were on the inside, closest to the walkway?
close to the house.
And as you were walking with her and talking to her, as you
Jerk.
indicated earlier, you were not looking up the walkway
Stupid
each house,
jerk.
correct?
How dare he
You were
walk
trying
on
to
the
get to know Miss Aronson,
inside?
is that right?
I'm
We were
offended
just
for
making small
her.
talk, yes.
Well, you were paying attention to her, correct?
In small talk, yeah, I was paying attention to her.
Your first date.
But you let her get hit by the car.
All right, now you
I get
indicated
it.
to us that
I
you
get
weren't
it.
sure
It's
exactly
fine.
what route you took to Mezzaluna, correct?
Correct.
One route that we have here, I'd like to be marked People's 493, Your Honor.
Yes.
No, that was for the witness.
Overruled.
Okay. That's one route you may have taken, is according to your testimony, correct?
Maybe. I may have taken yes.
Okay. Print that.
493.
Printed. All right, now I'm going to ask you, sir. Start again at the same point on Darlington.
Have we ever gone through any court hearing, ever, in any courtroom,
Can you put the
on
crossword
other
should be
lives
Miss
or
Mendes
this
right
one, not just OJ,
It should be right there on that street.
with no coughing?
now? Okay. Can you tell us another route you may have taken?
Overruled. But this may be cumulative at some point in time.
I won't do it ad nauseum. Go ahead.
Another possible way to the
Too
restaurant?
freaking late,
That you could have taken that
Marsha.
night.
I mean, I guess I could have gone down Darlington going east.
Okay.
Mr. Mandel, is there any of these possible routes that you feel more strongly is the possibility that you took?
I just don't recall specifically how I got there. I believe we went left on Westgate, but whether we took Dorothy down and made another left, or whether we continued to Gorham and made the right, I just don't recall that
All
one.
right. Wait, stop. Okay, you didn't need to necessarily take a left on Westgate, but that's what you believe at this time?
Yes.
All right.
Well,
Go
Counsel,
ahead.
I don't think we need to draw all these different maps.
May we approach?
No.
Just this one then? One?
The jury knows it's a possible route. He doesn't remember. The jury can figure out the different permutations on how to get from point A to point B.
All right. Let me ask you this, Mr. Mandel. In order to get back to Darlington location from Mezzaluna, you could have gone down Gorham and made a left at Granville, correct?
That's a possible way.
No, stop. Back up. Made a left here and gone down to Darlington
Overruled.
and made a right and gone all the way down to Ms. Aronson's apartment that way, correct?
That would be one way of going there.
Okay. And then another way would have been to go down Gorham and made a left at Westgate. Is that right?
Yes, that would be yet another way.
Now, if you had taken either one of those routes and gone... If you had taken either one of those routes, you never would have gone on to Bundy at all, would you?
That's true.
But instead, it's your testimony that you went all the way down Gorham
Correct.
and then you actually crossed... Can we do this? Great, thanks. Okay. I'm going to ask you to direct the arrow and tell the jury what route you took.
We went down Gorham towards Bundy. It's a rather large intersection at Bundy and Gorham, and we came around there to the left.
Now, you crossed Bundy, is that correct?
Yes, it is.
And you went to the opposite side of Bundy, is that right?
Yes, that's right.
And you went down Bundy,
Until just before the intersection of Darlington and Bundy.
okay, now wait a minute. At this point, you're still on the, you're gonna have to back up. You're still on the west side of the street.
Yes.
So you actually had to cross cross Bundy, correct? To stay on the west side?
Yes, that's correct.
And then you crossed Dorothy and you were still on the west side, is that right?
Yes.
That's your testimony?
Yes, that's right.
You're sure about that?
I'm positive.
And you continued on the west side of Bundy till almost stop. Tell it where to stop. I'm telling him to stop.
Yes,
'cause
until just before the intersection of Darlington and Bundy. And then we crossed, I think there's a driveway right there, and we just diagonally went across the street onto Darlington, onto the north side of Darlington.
So you went diagonally across the street. And you had to cross back to the east side, correct?
The east side of Bundy, correct?
So you didn't just stay on the east side of Bundy to begin with. You actually crossed over to the west side of Bundy, which made you then have to cross back at the intersection, back to the east side again at the intersection of Bundy and Darlington.
Overruled.
Correct?
Correct, we were always on the west side of Bundy.
And as you walked, you were talking to Miss Aronson.
Correct.
It was fairly dark,
Yes,
and you were not trying to look and see if there was blood on the walkway or blood on the sidewalk, correct?
that's correct.
And when you got to the location, at some point you looked at your watch, is that right?
Yes, that's right.
And where was it that you looked at your watch?
Is at about the midpoint between that intersection of Bundy and Darlington and where Ellen's apartment is. There's a drive. There's like an alleyway.
And can you direct the arrow to that point?
Yeah, if you go on to, well, it's right between the pink line and the first marking of Ellen's apartment. Approximately there.
Can you change the orientation of the arrow? I think that would be more helpful.
Is that correct?
Yeah, well, a little closer towards the X. Yeah, approximately there.
Okay, you're not sure exactly where you were when you looked at your watch, is that right?
It was near that alley. I just can't tell exactly on this where that was.
And when you looked at your watch, you thought it was about 10:30?
Yes,
You're not sure exactly, somewhere around 10:30, correct?
correct.
And at that point, you made an estimate of how long it had been since you passed by the location of 875 South Bundy?
I didn't do that evening. But
You've done that since then?
yes, I have.
And when was the first time you did that?
I suppose I began thinking about it, back that week in June.
So it was, what, a couple days after it happened?
I don't know, perhaps not, yeah, a couple days after.
And all you could do was estimate, because you were not looking at your watch when you say you walked down across 875 South Bundy, correct?
Overruled.
I did not look at my watch when I was at 875, no.
You didn't look at your watch at any point when you were walking down Bundy, did you?
No,
And you didn't look at your watch when you left the restaurant, did you?
no,
And the only time you remember looking at your watch at this point was when you got down to Darlington, is that right?
that's correct.
When you say now it was about 10:30, correct?
Correct.
And you then walked Ms. Aronson home, is that right?
Yes, that's right.
And how long did you stay in her apartment?
I stayed until probably 11 o'clock, approximately 11 o'clock.
Did you hear any dogs barking at any point that night?
No, I did not.
And when you left her apartment, did you drive?
Yes, I did.
And where did you drive?
I headed east on Darlington.
And did you hear any dogs barking at that time?
No, I did not.
You didn't live in the neighborhood, correct?
No, I didn't.
So you never heard any dogs barking at any time that night, did you?
Nothing that I can recollect, no.
You have no recollection of any dogs barking.
Correct.
Just print out, Your Honor, first of all, is people's, should I give it its own number or give it a 493A?
No, 494.
494. Nothing further.
That was just outstandingly pointless and painful and stupid and just dumb. And what the hell did we just go through today? No, I don't even know how to describe how excited I was to start OJ today. I was just super excited that we were going to get into some good stuff today. The defense was going to give us some stuff to chew on. And then we just went through that. That was ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Have fun at
Mr.
church,
Mandel,
Terry.
The first person in an official capacity that you talked to about this case was a member of the Los Angeles Police Department?
Yes, that's true.
And when you talked to that person, did you tell them that you went by the location of Nicole Brown Simpson's condominium on June the 12th?
Yes, I did.
And did you tell them it was approximately 10:30?
Yes, I did.
And did you tell them that you did not hear any dog bark?
Yes, I did.
Did you tell them that you did not hear any dog wail?
Yes, I did.
Did you tell them that you did not see any dog?
Correct.
And that person asked you to get a copy of your receipt for dinner?
Yes.
Did you do that?
Yes, I did.
Your Honor, may I mark as defense next did you call the credit card company?
Yes, I did.
And did they send you,
Thank you.
did they send you back correspondence with a copy of your credit card receipt?
Yeah, that's what they did.
May this be marked
1241.
1241? I've given a copy.
1231.
1231. I've given a copy to Ms. Clark, and 1232. And do you have a copy of that receipt at your office?
Yes, I do.
And at the break, did we have a conversation?
Yes, we did.
Did you approach me?
No, you approached me.
Okay. And what was the conversation about?
If I could retrieve that receipt.
And did you?
Yes, I did.
All right. Let me, may I approach, Your Honor?
You may.
We'll substitute later. Do you have the original of that receipt now?
Yes, I do. Not, well, I have it in my office.
You have it in your office. Can you have that forwarded here and we can exchange that?
Sure.
Is this a copy of the letter, number 1231, that came back with that receipt?
Yes, it is.
And there is a copy of the receipt there.
Correct.
Is there a date on that receipt?
Yes, there is.
What is the date?
June 12, 1994.
And is there a name of a restaurant on that receipt?
It's Mezzaluna Cafe.
And is there an amount on that receipt?
Yes, there is.
What's the amount?
4748.
And I know it's a fax copy, but can you decipher what the time is on that receipt?
The time's printed 8:55.
When you saw that the first time, did you think that was an error?
Yes, I did.
And what did you do after seeing that?
I called the restaurant.
And as a result of that, did you determine that it was an error?
Yes, I did.
And that the time clock was an hour off?
Correct.
Objection, that calls for hearsay.
Sustained. Answer stricken. However,
There's testimony already.
the record is from the Mezzaluna witnesses is already in existence.
People established that.
Proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Do you know O.J. Simpson?
No, I don't.
Have you ever met him?
No, I haven't.
Do you have any interest in the outcome of this case?
No, I don't.
Are you here to testify for any particular side?
No, I'm not.
Are you here to testify for any particular point of view?
No, I'm not.
Why are you here?
Because I was in that area that evening, and I felt it might be relevant.
And you were subpoenaed to come
And I
to
was
court by
subpoenaed
the
to come.
defense.
Correct.
Now, Ms. Clark asked you about other dates. I mean, was there ever been another date you've been on where something this horrendous happened?
No.
Would it be fair to say that's why this event is fresh in your mind?
Well, objection, leading.
Sustained.
You told Ms. Clark that you weren't sure how you got to Mezzaluna from Ms. Aronson's apartment. Did she lead the way?
Yes, you did.
However, coming back, how sure are you that you passed the condominium where Nicole Simpson Brown lived?
I'm positive.
No question about it whatsoever.
No question.
How sure are you that you passed that area in the area of 10:30 p.m.?
I'm certain.
How certain are you that there was not a dog barking?
I have no recollection of one, so I'm certain.
How certain are you that there was not a dog wailing?
I'm certain.
Love ya.
How certain are you that there was not a dog in the area?
I'm certain.
Is there any reason why you would come and in any way shade the truth to this jury?
No.
May I just have a moment, Your Honor?
Certainly.
I have nothing further. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Mr. Mandel, you're certain there was no dog in the area?
I'm certain that I don't have a recollection of a dog wailing.
Right. You're certain you did not see a dog in the area, isn't that right?
That's correct.
You're certain you do not recall hearing a dog in the area, isn't that right?
That's correct.
If other witnesses did hear a dog in the area, does that mean they are all wrong, Mr. Mandel?
Argumentative.
You're certain of what you recall, isn't that right, sir?
Yes.
You cannot sit here and tell this jury that there was no dog in the neighborhood at that time, can you?
Overruled. Overruled.
Just that I didn't see one.
That's all you can say, isn't that right?
That's correct.
When you were on a blind date walking down a dark street with Ms. Aronson on the night of June the 12th, correct?
Correct.
And you said that you were walking on the west side of London. You're sure of that?
I'm positive.
Positive of that?
Yes.
Now, Ms. Aronson had to lead you to the Mezzaluna, correct?
Correct.
Because you didn't know how to get there.
I knew where it was. She lived in the area, so we were walking together. It wasn't, she just basically led the way.
She lived in the area, you did not, correct?
Correct.
And so she led the way to the Mezzaluna, correct?
Correct.
And she led the way back, isn't that right?
Yes, that's right.
And if you were walking westbound on Bundy, crossing the area of 875 South Bundy, past that location, at about 10:25, between 10:20, 10:25, correct?
Excuse me, counsel, you want to rephrase it? That's what I was about to point out.
Wait, let me back
Rephrase
up
the
a minute,
question,
sir. You got your receipt, and it said on the receipt that you paid your bill at the Mezzaluna at 8:50, 8:55? Is that your testimony? Is that right?
It stamped 8:55, but I believe it was 9:55.
And you are basing your estimate of when you left the restaurant on the information you received that that time clock was an hour off,
That's correct.
because you did not look at your watch when you left.
That's correct.
And if the clock is actually an hour and 10 minutes off, you wouldn't know. Your time estimate about when you walked past 875 South Bundy would also be incorrect, wouldn't it?
Overruled.
My best time reference is for when I looked at my watch on Darlington.
Who changed her
And you
hair?
do not know whether that clock.
I don't know what you're talking
the,
about.
timestamp
I fell
on the
asleep
receipt
7
is
hours
exactly
ago
off or
from
15
her.
minutes off or an hour and 10 minutes
Does she
off.
even have hair?
I couldn't
I don't
answer
even
that.
care. I'm just so mad she's ruining my defense.
Now tell us, is it your testimony, sir, that you walked past 875 South Bundy sometime between 10:20 and 10:25,
I'd say approximately 10:25.
or between 10:25 and 10:30?
I'd say it's probably closer to 10:25 and 10:30.
So if you were walking down Bundy, passing 875 South Bundy at about 10:25, that means that you would have crossed Dorothy at what, about 10:26?
Dorothy, correct?
And that means that you would have been just above 875 at about 10:23?
Sounds reasonable.
And if someone was in their home just south of Dorothy, looking north on Bundy, he should have been able to see you, isn't that right? Walking south on Bundy?
Sustained.
To your knowledge, sir, are you aware that someone testified that they looked out their window from that location I just pointed to south of Dorothy, looking north on Bundy, and saw no one walking down South Bundy at approximately 10:23?
Oh, I hadn't heard that, no.
But of course, if you were walking down Westgate, he wouldn't have seen you on Bundy, would he?
Sustained.
I have nothing.
Make sure we get this done today, Your Honor.
Yes. Robertson.
Aronson, Your Honor. She's in the hallway.
All right. Can you grab the cup here, please? All right, good morning, Ms. Aronson, and we're just waiting for the clerk. All right, Mrs. Robertson.
Raise your right hand, please. You can solemnly swear that the testimony you make will be called nothing before this court. You give true caution and that the truth and nothing but the truth. Yes. Please have a seat on the witness stand and state and spell your first and last name for the record. Ellen Aronson,
All right, could you spell that for us, please?
ELLENAARONSON.
All right, Ms. Aronson, would you just sit back, please, and then pull the microphone towards you? Thank you. Mr. Cochran.
Very kindly, Your Honor. Good morning, Miss Aronson.
Good morning.
Miss Aronson, what is your occupation?
I work as a production executive for a company. We produce children's television shows based on toys that we make.
And what kind of toys does that company make?
We make the toys for the Power Rangers, for the Tick, Mega Man. They're not going to forgive me for this. A number of different toy lines that we're starting based a lot of on Japanese television shows that come to the United States.
All right. Now, I'd like, ma'am, to ask you whether or not you're acquainted with a gentleman by the name of Mr. Danny Mandel.
We had a date once,
So,
so to speak.
was he the man who just left? Did you still recognize him as he went out?
Yes,
All right. That was the gentleman you had a date with once?
yes,
And as I understand it, you and Mr. Mandel have the same doctor, is that correct?
yes,
And this doctor arranged the date at some time back in June of 1994?
correct,
And the date of that date was June 12th, 1994?
correct.
All right. And back at that time, where did you live, ma'am?
Excuse me?
Where did you live on June 12th of 1994?
Same address where I live now, which is 119.
Well, you don't have to give your,
okay.
I don't think you give your address.
Good.
Tell us what street you lived on.
Darlington,
Okay, and you still live the same place now?
yes.
All right. And Tell us how this date took place. Did Mr. Mandel come to your house?
He picked me up.
All right. And you told us you lived at this location. Did anyone else live there with you?
I have 2 roommates.
All right. And they same roommates now, or at that time?
No, I have different roommates now.
You had 2 roommates at that time?
I had 2 roommates at that time.
And what were their names, if you recall?
Tell you their names?
Yes, you can tell us.
Jennifer Yao and Jean Novak.
All right.
Can you spell those for us, please?
Jennifer, or the last name Yao, Y-O-W, and Novak, N-O-V-A-C-K.
All right. Those are your roommates back on June 12th?
Correct.
At the Darlington residence?
Right.
All right. On this particular date, can you tell the court and jury what time Mr. Mandel arrived at your location, your house?
He arrived at my house a little after 8 o'clock p.m.
All right. And did he come in at that point?
No,
All right.
he didn't come inside my apartment.
Okay, well, tell us what happened once he got there a little after 8 o'clock on June 12th, 1994.
He rang the bell. I really don't recall if he walked into the apartment. We met. We left my gate. We walked towards his car. We went into his car. He asked me what I wanted to have for dinner, if I had a place I wanted to go to. I said, why don't we go to Mezzaluna? And because it's really walking distance, we decided to walk, so we left his car and then proceeded to walk to Mezzaluna.
All right. So you got out of the car and then you proceeded to walk to a restaurant called Mezzaluna?
Correct.
And, Your Honor, we now have our board, and, it might be easier, I suppose, to use the same board for continuity. I think we'll use this board.
All right, proceed.
Okay, thank you. If I were to approach, if the clerk allows me to, just briefly, I'd like you to show the jury generally where your apartment is, and so we're acclimated, and if you need to step down, you can. You see Dorothy there?
Yes, at Darlington is this street.
All right,
I live between Bundy and Westgate, about a few houses in.
all right.
So right around there.
And where's Westgate?
Right here.
Westgate's here, and this is Bundy here.
Correct.
So you live between Bundy and Westgate on Darlington, a few houses in from Bundy, is that correct?
Yes.
All right, so we have a general idea.
Yeah.
Okay. And I presume then that after you got out of Mr. Mandel's car, you decided to go someplace at that point, is that right?
Right.
And where did you go, and did you know how to get there?
Yes, I knew how to get there.
Did you kind of lead the way?
Pretty much so.
Can you tell this court and jury what route you took, and if you need to familiarize yourself with that particular map, give us an idea of which way you went to the Metzler restaurant.
You want me to point it out again?
Yes, can you do that for us?
Danny was parked on the other side of the street from my apartment. We left. We walked down the street, down Darlington. That's Dorothy, I apologize. We crossed over Westgate.
Okay, the first street you come to is Westgate there? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, you crossed over Westgate.
We crossed Westgate to Granville.
Street called Granville?
Right.
Is that, for the record, Granville?
Correct.
All right. And when you got to Granville, what happened?
Heading north.
All right, you turned left on Granville?
Turned left on Granville.
All right, and where'd you go?
Went a few blocks up to right where Gorham basically is at that stage. Bundy and turns into Gorham, so that's Gorham at this stage.
All right. And then
So
you-
we crossed the street,
all right. And you got to the restaurant?
and that we're really on the side of the restaurant at that stage.
Okay, so
But
that's generally the route that you took?
Yeah, we then
Right.
just walked around it to go to the front of the restaurant.
Okay. All right, trace that one more time for us so everybody's clear how you went.
I'm on
went up
Darlington.
Darlington.
We walked down Darlington, past Westgate, got to Granville, made a left on Granville, went up to Gorham, and at Gorham, we crossed the street to the side of the restaurant, walked down, and then walked around to the entrance of the restaurant.
All right, and so that we're clear, the kind of moon-shaped circle there, that's supposedly Metzaluna.
Right.
All right. And do you know about what time it was that you arrived at Metzaluna?
We probably arrived there at around 8:30.
All right. And this was a blind date, your first date, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And so once you arrived there, did the two of you have dinner?
We sat down.
All right.
We didn't have dinner immediately.
All right. Did you sat down? It was like a regular date, right?
Right.
All right. Well, we'll skip over the first parts.
I'd appreciate
All
that.
right. And then at some point you ate, did you not?
Yes, it took a while. Service wasn't very fast that evening.
All right. So I'm sure they'll be glad to hear that.
Sorry.
And you then ordered dinner. Is that
We
right?
ordered dinner.
Do you know what you
Yes,
had
it's
that night?
horrible, Dan.
I recall we both had pasta.
Very disappointing.
And, you had your pasta. Did you have anything of an alcoholic nature to drink that night?
No.
All right. And so you had the pasta, and then the date continued. Is that correct?
Correct.
Now, there came a time when I presume you finished your meal. Is that correct?
Yes.
And at some point, did somebody call for the check that evening?
No, we never asked for the check. The waitress asked us if we would close out.
All right. Close out means to settle up with her. Is that
To
correct?
settle up with her. Her shift was ending.
All right. That was a lady?
It was a
Do you know-
lady.
Do you know her name?
I don't know her name at all.
All
No,
right.
I don't recall.
And you've been to that restaurant before?
Yes.
Had you had that particular waitress before, if you recall?
I don't recall.
All right. After she asked you to settle up, what happened then?
Danny paid immediately. The bill came back to us pretty quickly afterwards, a few minutes later.
All right. And so when you said he paid, we paid by credit card?
By
didn't we?
credit card.
All right. So there's a credit card record of the amount of the purchase and the tip and all that sort of thing. Is that
Yes.
right? All right. After you settle up with this particular waitress, Did you leave the restaurant immediately at that point?
No.
Do you have an estimate for this court and jury of about what time it was that you settled up the check at Mezzaluna that evening?
After we got the check, we sat there and talked for about 10, 15 minutes and then left.
All right, so you talked for about 10 or 15 minutes after you got the check, is that right?
After we got the bill back to us.
All right, and do you have an idea of about what time you got it back? What time was it, approximately around 10 o'clock at that point?
Objection leading.
Well,
Sustained.
counsel's correct. What time was it that you got the bill back?
I can only estimate.
Your best estimate, yes.
I looked at my watch when she first came and asked the two of us to pay, which was 10 to 10 to.
10 to
10 to 10.
10 to 10.
And the bill came very shortly afterwards, about 5, 10 minutes later, not even 10 minutes.
All right, and if I were to show you a copy of the receipt, which indicates that it was not considered drug.
Sustained. Did you see the bill?
Lay Foundation. Yes.
All right.
Thank you. Did you have occasion to see that bill that night, or have you seen it since that time?
I haven't seen it since. I only saw the bill when it came
You saw it that night,
to the table. I didn't study the bill.
but you saw it.
Yes.
All right, may I approach it? I just want you just to look at it and ask you whether or not
Objection, Your Honor, that's not the bill. That's his credit card receipt.
Sustained.
you saw what you saw, I presume, was a credit card bill in print. Is that right?
The credit card receipt I saw returned.
Yes. That's what you meant. But,
I'm sorry.
Okay, that's all right. Can you look at this? This is a faxed copy received to the court. This looks similar to the copy of what you saw that particular evening, ma'am? That Mr.
It looks like a receipt that Mezzaluna would give.
All right. And with regard to the bill that particular evening, did Mr. Mandel pay it?
Correct.
And he paid it by credit card?
Yes.
All right. Now, after he paid this particular bill, you described for the court and jury the fact that you continued to talk for 10 or 15 minutes after that. Is that correct?
Yes.
So did you stay at the same table?
Yes.
All right. And at some time after the 10 or 15 minute period of time, did you have occasion to leave the Mezzaluna restaurant? After you
Correct.
finished
Yeah,
talking?
right. After we sat and talked for about 10, 15 minutes, we left.
All right. And the bill had been paid now, and now this part of the date was going to end, right?
Right.
All right. And do you recall whether or not there were other people inside that restaurant at that time?
I recall that the restaurant was full. It
All
was
right.
very crowded.
It was crowded that evening?
Yeah.
When you got ready to leave, do you remember whether it was full still? Your best recollection?
My best recollection, it was not as full as when we arrived.
All right. Now, at any rate, how did you leave the restaurant? Which door did you go out of, if you recall, when you left the restaurant?
Oh, so the restaurant. I recall that we left on the exit door that was by our table,
Yes.
which was a side door, and we
right.
climbed over the fence on the side of the restaurant.
And that's how you got out?
Right. It's a
Okay.
low fence.
Okay, and you climbed out, and that's how you left after you paid the bill, is that right?
Yes.
Do you know about what time it was at that time, ma'am?
I only know if I add up my time.
All right.
I did not look at my watch.
All right. You didn't look at your watch at that time?
No.
You know what time you asked for the check, is that correct?
Right.
And then how much time elapsed between the time that you asked for the check and the waitress brought the check back to you?
I have to sort of change. I didn't ask for the check.
Okay, strike that. Let me restate it anyway. How much time elapsed from the time that the waitress asked you to close out
Until we got the
till the
bill.
time you got the bill?
About, from the time she came up to us, Danny handed her the credit card, and she came back. I'm approximating here 5 to 8 minutes
All right.
at the most.
All right. So then you then got it, and then he then signed it pretty quickly. Is that correct?
He signed it.
Okay. And then was it then 10 or 15 minutes after that before
It
you
was
then
then
left?
10 or 15 minutes after that.
Excuse me, counsel. Mr. Aronson, would you please allow Mr. Cochran and Ms. Clark to finish asking questions of you before you start to answer? Court reporter can only write down one person at a time.
Okay.
And if you both talk at the same time, it makes her job very difficult.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor. All right. So it's at 10 or 15 minutes after you gotten the check, you then left this restaurant, right?
Right.
Okay. And did you leave walking?
Yes.
I presume? All right. Now I want you to show the court and jury again which way you took to go back to your residence. And I'd like for you to use the pointer if you can and show us which way you took.
Okay, from Mezzaluna, we walked down Gorham, we passed Westgate, and Gorham then turned into Bundy, and we turned on Bundy. This whole time we were on the north side of Gorham. We crossed over
Okay,
Bundy.
let me stop you there as you took that route. This route you're describing for us, again, how'd you select that particular route?
When we got to Westgate,
Yes.
which my apartment is between Westgate and Bundy, we were talking, and I just asked Danny if he wanted to take the short walk home or the long walk home.
And what did he say?
Take the longer walk home.
So it was still a date, right? So you took,
We were just talking.
all right. So
Right.
you took a longer walk home.
Took a longer walk home.
All right. So you proceeded on down Gorham at that point.
Correct. We
All right.
proceeded down Gorham.
All right. As indicated, Your Honor, for the record, the witness is pointing using the diagram and proceeding down Gorham. This is People's 26 at the court, please.
Yes.
Down Gorham 45. Is that correct?
Yes.
And so when you, as you were walking down Gorham, do you recall, the two of you walked, and as you turned on Bundy, do you recall on which side of Bundy did you go when you made that turn at Gorham to Bundy?
As we crossed over where Gorham and Bundy meet,
Yes,
we
ma'am.
stayed on the same side, which was west, which because the road turns, it turns into the north side.
All right, so-
Excuse me, it's the north side and it turns into the west side of the street.
And I'm going to want to trace this particular route if I can, and I'd like to do this if we can. May I have just 1 second? I'm going to ask, so we have a record of this, that Mr. Harris be allowed I want to trace the route going first, then we'll do a separate one coming back. Court, please, on the Elmo.
All right, maybe we can just have different colors for each route.
Sure, is that okay, Mr.? Yes. All right, why don't you direct Mr. Harris? Now, we're starting at Darlington. That's approximately where you live? Is that
Yes.
right? All right, we'll trace the route that you took. Why don't you direct Mr. Harris, and he will,
Do you want me to do it through this or just keep telling you where
yeah,
to go?
tell him which way to go on Darlington.
Go east. You're on Dorothy, but go east 2 blocks from there. That's Westgate. Go 1 more block to Granville. Stop at Granville. Make a left at Granville and head up. All the way up to Gorham. You're going to cross Gorham and go into Mezzaluna Restaurant. And if you want to, right.
So that's the general route that you took going, is that right?
Correct.
Okay. Your Honor, I'd like to print this out as our defense's next exhibit at the court, please.
All right.
The next is,
This will
there's
be
an extra
defense
X on there.
12.
There's an X at Dorothy I'd like to take off there.
Right.
Get that off?
Good morning.
All right, is that fairly accurate?
Yeah.
All right, what's that number, Your Honor?
1233.
1233?
3.
I'd like to print this out.
All right, is that captured, Mr. Fretlow? Oh, Mr. Harris? All right, proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Now, I'd like, Your Honor, as soon as that's captured, Your Honor, if it's captured, to have Ms. Aronson to demonstrate the route back to her apartment. And I presume that's Gorham, is that correct?
That's
So
Gorham.
why don't you direct him down from Gorham?
Now you should head west all the way down to where Gorham and Bundy meet.
You might want to stay on the street.
Now head north down Bundy. Now, I'm getting my, excuse me, heading south down.
South on Bundy at that point.
Right, Bundy turns. We were on the west side of the street, though.
All right.
Go all the way down to Darlington, which is 1 block past Dorothy. Turn left onto Darlington. And I would pretty much,
That's how we all were. We were all so busy with kids and life and workings, trying to that OJ was arrested. Who cares? OJ, they think he murdered someone. Who cares? I gotta go get diapers after work. I don't even know if I ate in the last 3 days, and there's peanut butter in my hair, and you're telling me about something that happened to a football player in California. Who cares? I don't have time for that. And then everybody was captivated, but we weren't. We weren't captivated. We didn't care. We knew it was happening, but we were too busy. And now we have time. So now we're going to see why everybody was captivated. And right now it's not the most exciting part of the trial, but it is so far has been a pretty good trial, I think. Very frustrating.
go maybe about another centimeter and stop there. It's pretty much where my apartment is.
Okay, we mark that. Is that again the general route that you took home? Is that the general route that you took home?
Yeah.
And that's the longer route that you described for us, is that right?
Right.
Now, as you were walking along this route, as you were proceeding down Gorham to Bundy, and to go southbound on Bundy, what were you and Mr. Mandel doing at that point?
We were talking.
And without going into the subject matter of the conversation, was this just general conversation?
Just general conversation.
All right. And as you walked down, how long have you lived in that general area, ma'am?
I've lived there now for 3.5 years.
All right. And you said you were on the west side of the street. Is that correct?
Correct.
And do you recall who was closest to the street and who was closest to
Same.
the
Me
sidewalk?
too.
I was on the outside.
All right, so you were on the closest to the street side.
Yes.
Mr. Mandel was inside, is that correct?
Yes.
You recall him doing anything other than talking as you walked along?
On that side of the street?
Yes, on
I was
Bundy, as you were going southbound on Bundy.
hitting the trees, the leaves on the trees.
Sorry.
Just walking and he was hitting the trees. That was pretty much it.
All right. And at some point, did you walk past 875 South Bundy?
Yes.
And you know where 875 South Bundy is, and you became aware of that, is that correct?
I know where 875 Bundy is now.
All right. And you walked right past that place that particular night?
Yes.
All right. And photograph that Mr. Shapiro used, Your Honor. First, I might, Your Honor,
Yes.
have People's 42 for identification before I put on the Elmo. And once Your Honor got the feed, at any rate, I'll ask the witness a couple of questions. You described for us that you were proceeding on the west side of Bundy, southbound, you on the outside, and Mr. Mandel on the inside. Is that correct? I want to show you People's 42, which purports to be a photograph. Have you seen this photograph before?
Yes.
And you recognize what's depicted in this photograph, supposedly the front part of the 875 Bundy?
Yes.
And you recognize that area depicted therein?
Yes.
Did you walk past that area that particular night?
Yes, I did.
Now, when you walk past 875 South Bundy, do you have a recollection of whether or not you looked to your right, or did anything attract your attention as you walked past that location toward that particular condominium?
Nothing attracted my attention at all.
As you walked down the sidewalk proceeding southbound, did you see any bloody paw prints or any traces of blood on the sidewalk that evening as you walked?
No, I didn't.
As you walked past 875 Bundy, did you at any time hear the plaintive wail of a dog?
No, I didn't.
Did you hear any dogs barking as opposed to plaintively wailing?
No.
So you continued with your conversation as you walked past, is that correct?
Yes.
Was there anything at all that attracted your attention to 875 Bundy when you walked past this location?
No.
So, Your Honor, if I might, put me a couple feet out.
Yes.
Thank you, Your Honor. And as you walked past 875 Bundy, you did not see the scene depicted there at the time you walked past, is that correct?
Correct.
All right. Thank you. You may take it down. Thank you. Now, as you continued on, as you continued on your route home, at some point, was there a discussion of the time between you and Mr. Mandel? Did anybody look at their watch, if you recall?
Danny looked at his watch.
All right. And was that at some point after you passed the location of 875 South Bundy?
Yes.
And so you were between 875 South Bundy and your home at that point?
Yes.
And at that time, the two of you had a conversation about what time it was? You can answer that yes or no.
Yes.
All right.
Objection, that's leading and calls for hearsay.
Sustain.
All right. Did you have a discussion about what time it was?
Objection, same objection.
Sustain.
You have a conversation with Mr. Mandel on the way home to continue?
Yes.
In the course of that conversation, did you ever discuss time?
No.
Did you ever discuss what time it was at any point?
We didn't discuss what time it was, but he looked at his watch.
All right. Was there ever a time when either one of you looked at a watch?
Yes.
And who looked at a watch?
Danny.
And where were you approximately when Mr. Danny Mandel looked at his watch?
We were between where my apartment is, sort of right in the middle from where my apartment is to the corner of Darlington and Bundy.
All right, if you were to look at the diagram again, to your right, I guess that's People's 26, I believe, can you use the pointer and show the jury approximately where you were at the time?
If this is the corner, my house is over here, we were over there.
All right, so you were between the corner of Bundy, you were going now, which direction is that?
We're heading east.
East on Darlington, between the corner of, or your intersection of Bundy and Darlington as you approached your house, is that correct?
Right.
Okay. And did you see him look at his watch at that point?
Yes.
All right. And did he at some point say something about the time?
Objection, Your Honor.
Can you answer that yes or no?
Objection.
Sustain.
All right. So you saw him look at his watch, right? Okay. Now, then did you go back to your house?
Yes.
Okay. And when you got home, did Mr. Mandel leave immediately, or did he come up, or what happened at that point?
Gave him a glass of water.
So he came inside? Okay.
Came inside.
All
I
right.
gave him a glass of water. We talked for a few minutes, and then one of my roommates came home.
All right. Now, which roommate came home after you were inside the apartment, do you recall?
My roommate, Jean Novak.
Gene Novak? And do you know what time Gene Novak came home?
Yes, I do.
And what time was that?
10:35.
All right. And how long had you been in the house when Ms. Novak came home at about 10:35?
About 5 minutes.
So what is your best estimate of the time that you got back to your residence there on Darlington that night?
I misunderstood your
Let
question.
me ask the question the other way. You told us that your roommate got home about 10:35.
Right.
And you'd been home about 5 minutes?
Right.
So you got home about 10:30?
Correct.
All right. And from the location of 875 South Bundy to your residence, how long did it take you to walk that distance that particular night?
About 4 minutes.
All right. So about 4 minutes from the 875 South Bundy to your residence on Darlington. Is that correct? Mm-hmm. Got to answer out loud.
Yes,
All
that's
right.
correct.
Now, since that time, have you had occasion to go back out and walk this particular route?
Yes.
And on how many occasions have you done that? The route you took that night, I'm talking
A
about.
few occasions on my own,
All right.
and one occasion very recently where I timed it.
All right. You timed it yourself? Were you accompanied by anybody when you did that?
Yes, I was accompanied by someone.
By whom?
By both Pat McKenna and Peter Neufeld,
All right. Peter Neufeld, the lawyer?
the lawyer.
All right. And how long ago was that?
2 weeks ago?
All right. And did you walk the route going to the restaurant?
Yes.
And how long did that take? From your house to the restaurant that you told us about?
We didn't time that route.
All right. But did you time the route coming back from the
But we
restaurant?
timed the route coming back.
All right. And from the time, how long did it take to walk from Mezzaluna back to your residence on Darlington?
It took altogether about 19 minutes.
All right. And how long did it take, if you know, from the restaurant to 875 South Bundy?
It took us 15 minutes.
So about a 4-minute difference, is that right?
Correct.
And did you try, as you walked this route, did you try to walk at approximately the same pace you walked that particular night?
Yes.
So altogether 19 minutes, and to 875 South Bundy, about 15 minutes from the restaurant, is that right?
Yes.
Now, you were describing for us that you had a roommate that came home about 10:35, Ms. Novak.
Correct.
And was Mr. Mandel still present at that time?
Yes, he was.
And did he continue to stay there for a period of time?
Yes.
All right. Did your other roommate ever come home that evening?
Yes, she did.
What time did the other roommate come home, if you know?
She came home a few minutes before 11 o'clock.
All right. And was Mr. Mandel still there at that
He
point?
was leaving exactly when she came home.
All right, just a few minutes before 11 o'clock?
Right.
Okay. And that roommate's name is Miss Jennifer Yao?
Jennifer Yao.
All right. So then at one point that evening, Miss Jennifer Yao was present, the other roommate, Miss Novak, was present, along with you and Mr. Mandel.
Right.
All right. And then, as I understand your testimony, Mr. Mandel left. Is that correct?
Yes, that is.
And did something happen about 11 o'clock that, so you knew what time that was? You watching television?
I sat down with my roommate Jennifer. We talked about our day, and we turned on the television, and the evening news started.
All right. So then the evening news being at what time, 11 o'clock?
11 o'clock.
All right. And so at this point, Mr. Mandel is now left, and it's you and your two roommates. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. Now, at any time up to the time that Mr. Mandel left, did you hear any furious barking or any loud barking in that particular area at all that night?
No, I didn't.
As you walked past 875, you already told us you didn't hear any barking at that point, right?
Correct.
As you before you got home that evening, did you hear any barking that you recall? of
No, I
dogs?
never heard any barking at all.
All right. Now, at some point, you had occasion to talk to some police officers regarding this case. Is that correct?
Yes.
And you also had occasion to speak with the lady to my immediate left, Ms. Marsha Clark.
Yes.
Do you call approximately when it was that you talked to Ms. Marsha Clark?
When I met with Marcia Clark
Yes.
in August of last year,
All right. And you met with her where?
in her office.
In this building?
Yes, in this building.
All right. And who else was present during the conversation that you had with Ms. Marsha Clark?
I forget the gentleman's last name. Investigator Phil. I feel very embarrassed. He was a very nice gentleman. I don't
So one
remember.
second. Let me ask you, could it have been Bill Hodgman, a tall gentleman?
No, it wasn't Bill Hodgman. It was an investigator. Van Etter?
Phil Van Adder?
Yes.
An LAPD detective? All right. So.
Yes.
All right. We can like name the investigator. So Phil Van Adder?
Correct.
All right. So you and Mr. Detective Van Adder and Marsha Clark met in her office in August of 1994. Is that correct?
Yes.
And how long did that meeting last?
About an hour. And my recollection is, I think it was a little longer than an hour, maybe an hour and a half.
And during that time, did you discuss the events of the night of June 12, 1994?
Yes, we did.
And you told Ms. Clark everything to the best of your recollection, did you?
Yes, I did.
And was she taking notes at that time, Ms. Clark?
Yes, I think she was.
And was Detective Van Adder taking notes?
I honestly can't recall if there was a pad in front of him at all times or not.
Do you recall whether or not either one of them tape recorded your conversation?
The conversation was not tape recorded.
All right. And it was during the entire 90 minutes or so that you talked to them? Were they the only two in the room, or did the others come in?
No, there was only two of them were in the room.
And prior to this conversation in August of 1994, had you had occasion to talk to the members of the Los Angeles Police Department about your observations on the evening of June 12th before you met with Ms. Clark?
Yes.
And do you recall when that was approximately that you first spoke with the police in connection with your observations of June 12th?
The first time I spoke with the police was on Tuesday, June 14th.
All right, that would be 2 days after that Sunday, is that correct?
Yes.
And how did it happen that you spoke to a police officer at that time? Did you call them or they call you?
I called them.
And was it your intent to share with them some information that you thought you had?
Correct.
This might be a good point, Your Honor.
All right, ladies and gentlemen,
To
we're going to take
what?
our
A good
recess for
point
the
to
noon hour.
what?
Please remember all of my admonitions to you. Don't discuss the case amongst yourselves, form any opinions about the case, conduct any deliberations till the matter has been submitted to you, or allow anybody to communicate with you with regard to the case. And Ms. Harrington, you may step down. Your order to come back at 1:30. All right?
She ain't coming back. Why
All right,
would
we'll
she
stand in
come
recess
back?
until 1:30.
Sidewalk of Gorham Avenue to Bundy Drive, and paren, witness decided with Mandel to take the long route. Is that correct?
Correct.
The long route home rather than south on Westgate. Is that right?
Correct.
And you told the detective that, didn't you?
Yes.
And that was true, was it not?
Yes, it is.
That the two continued to walk leisurely southbound on Bundy Drive on the west sidewalk to Darlington Avenue. Is that correct?
I think we need page 2 here.
Oh. Thank you, Honor. Can you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Can you bring that up?
Is that yes?
Yes, sorry.
We don't see it. Let me make sure that. Mr. Harrison,
Harrison,
put the first
back
page back
out,
over.
just back
Put
out,
the first page,
please.
just for a second, turn it back over. Let me ask you this, that the witness decided with Mandel to take the long route, I'll turn it over, home rather than south on Westgate Avenue. Is that correct?
Correct.
Thought I covered that.
Oh,
At the bottom. I'm not sure you told that. They continue on. The two continued to walk leisurely southbound on Bundy Drive, the west sidewalk to Darlington. Is that correct?
correct.
And that's the route you've shown us here. Is that correct?
Yes.
That, again, I'll wait for Mr. Harris to do that. Again, the witness recalled that nothing unusual occurred to gain her attention. Is that correct?
Correct.
The witness did not hear any dogs barking or see any vehicles.
Correct.
So indicated. Witness stated she did not stop in front of Nicole Simpson's residence or look down the Simpson walkway. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. Witness said there was no reason to stop on the walk home.
Correct.
All right. That witness estimates she passed Nicole Simpson's residence at approximately 22:20 to 22:25 hours. Is that correct?
Correct.
And that you went on to tell that witness reported that Dan Mandel could possibly obtain a copy of his credit card receipt. Is that correct?
Yes.
Now, when you talked to Detective Kilcoyne on July 8th, again, you had told him you had to get the time frame squared away. You tried to be accurate, did you not?
As accurate as possible.
All right. And then later on, on September 12th, 1994, at about 9:15 in the morning, you had occasion to speak with Ms. Marcia Clark and with Detective Van Adder. Is that correct?
Overruled.
And I would like now to refer to defendants. I think it's 1236, Your Honor. May I ask you to put 1236 up, Your Honor, for the application. Give a copy. It'll be up in just a second.
Can you back out just a bit? That's fine, thank you.
Can you stay it on the monitor? All right.
Yes.
I'm going to ask you some questions about this statement written by Detective Van Adder, the interview with Van Adder and Clark. All right? Did you indicate to them when you met them in this building that you related the same information as given on the previous interviews, except to give the exact direction she and your blind date, Dan Mandel, had taken while walking home. Is that correct? Gave them the exact route that you took here today?
Yes, I did.
That you told them that you left the Mezzaluna restaurant at approximately 2200 to 2205 hours, like 10:05 hours. Is that correct?
Correct.
She walked south on Gorham to Bundy, where they walked south on the west side of Bundy. Is that correct?
Correct.
Stated there were very few vehicles on Bundy, and you did not observe any other persons walking. Did you tell them that?
Yes.
Was that correct?
Yes.
That when you arrived at Darlington was your street, was it not?
Darlington is my street.
That they observed two persons walking a medium-sized, short-haired dog. Did you tell them that?
Yes.
Is that what you told us here today?
Yes.
Is that accurate?
Yes.
They then walked east on Darlington on the north side and stopped halfway between the corner and her residence. Period. She stated she asked Danny if he wanted to come up to her apartment. Danny looked at his watch. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And that she believed at that time it was 22:28 to 22:29 hours, 10:28, 10:29 hours. Is that correct?
Correct.
She stated her apartment was approximately a 4-minute walk from the murder scene, and that they passed that location at approximately 22:25 or 10:25. Is that what you indicated, Ms. Clark and Detective Van Atter?
Yes.
Was that accurate?
Yes.
She stated she did not hear nor see anything when they walked by, not hear any dogs barking. Did you make that statement?
Yes, I did.
And is that accurate?
Completely.
Now, as you were walking along Bundy towards Darlington, did you ever at any time see any bloody paw prints on that sidewalk, the direction in which you were headed?
No.
As you walked past 875 South Bundy, did you ever hear the sound of a gate clanging at all?
No.
Did you ever hear a man's voice say, hey, hey, hey?
No.
Did you ever hear the sound of two voices as you walked past there?
Overruled.
I never heard anything.
It was quiet and nothing. Was anything ever called to your attention as you walked past?
Nothing was called to my attention.
And when you called the police, it's your best recollection that was on June 14th, is that correct? I'll restate it. What was the date of your best recollection when you called the detective the first time?
Tuesday. So whatever that Tuesday is,
All right.
which I think is the
All right,
14th.
If Sunday was the 12th, then
It was the
Tuesday would be
14th.
the 14th, right? All right. That's your best recollection, right?
Yes.
And when you were calling, and in your subsequent calls, why were you calling the police?
I thought it was my civic duty to call the police.
And you didn't know O.J. Simpson, you didn't know his involvement or anything in this case, did you, at that time?
Overruled.
That's that. You weren't trying to help O.J. Simpson, were you?
I knew that he was involved, but I was not trying to help him.
All right. You called because of why?
Because the news reports were saying that at the time that I was around there was a,
Overruled. This is just limited to the purpose, not that what the news report said was true, but merely to explain why Ms. Aronson called the police. You can finish your answer.
okay. The news reports were saying that there was a dog barking, that there were lights on a Bronco. I think they said the hazards were on, the lights were blinking. At the point that I was at that street, on the street, there was nothing. It was an extremely quiet evening, out of a movie. I thought it was weird, and that's why I called the police, just to give the information. If they want to know what other people thought about the street, that's why I called. I honestly never thought I would get this far.
All right. And so in calling the police and in talking to us here today, have you told us the truth about what happened that evening?
Yes.
You weren't trying to help one side or the other, were you?
No.
Just tell the truth?
Yes, I did.
Thank you very much.
Ms. Clark, anything else?
Ms. Aronson, very briefly. Is it your testimony that you told Detective Kilcoyne about seeing a couple walking a dog on Darlington?
Overruled. It was in the statement.
I'm getting so confused.
Do you remember the question?
Yes, I do remember the question, and I also know that I said to you that I do think that I said something to him. I don't recall when I said something about the dog.
Okay. You
I
reviewed...
haven't read everything, to tell you the truth, to remember everything that I wrote down and said.
You reviewed the statement you gave to Detective Kilcoyne on July the 8th, correct?
Yes, very briefly, I just did.
And the statement you're looking at now, that's up on the Elmo...
Have a great day, Jude.
12,
See ya.
1236. That was not a statement given to Detective Kilcoyne, was it?
No.
That,
Overruled. Overruled.
this was the statement that you gave to Detective Van Atter in my presence, correct?
Correct.
And you reviewed the statement you gave to Detective Kilcoyne on June the 15th, have you not?
Very briefly, yes, I have.
Again, People's 495. That statement, correct? That statement makes no mention of having seen a couple walking a dog, correct?
Correct.
And the July 8th statement also that you gave to Detective Kilcoyne makes no statement of having seen a couple walking a dog.
Correct.
So would it be fair to say that the first time you mentioned to a police officer seeing a couple walking a dog on Darlington was in September when you spoke to Detective Van Adder?
Overruled. Overruled.
It's fair.
And the statement that you see now before you, June the 15th, that you gave to Detective Kilcoyne, can you tell us, first of all, based on what you told him, was it an accurate representation of what you said, where he wrote, witness and her date walked to her apartment, passing the crime scene location at 11 o'clock, or 2300 hours?
Overruled.
Can you repeat the question? I'm sorry.
Based on what you told Detective Kilcoyne on June the 15th, is the statement that where he puts, quote, witness and her date walked to her apartment, passing the crime scene location at 11 o'clock, or 2300 hours, is that a fair statement, representation of what you told him?
It is a fair statement of representation of what I told him on the 15th.
And that you knew the time because you looked at your wristwatch and you were surprised at the hour. You did tell him that also,
There's a sentence in there missing.
that was at 10 to 11, correct?
Yes, that I looked at my watch at the restaurant at 10 to 11.
All right. Nevertheless, you did tell him that you looked at your watch and you were surprised at the hour, correct?
Correct, that it was 10 to.
And it is also correct and accurate then when he states that at 11:25 to 11:30, your roommate Jennifer Yao came home from Manhattan Beach and remarked about the time. You did tell him that.
I don't recall telling him the time 11:25, 11:30, but that's what's written down there, so I understand why I wrote it.
And you wrote it because you estimated that about half an hour after you got home, your roommate arrived?
Right.
So that would be a fair and accurate representation of what you told him.
Yes, it is.
You told Detective Kilcoyne the first time you made a statement you weren't sure on the times, isn't that right?
Yes, I did.
And so the statement Ms. Clark had up there was the time when you first talked to the detective and weren't clear on the times, right?
Yes, it is.
Overruled.
The statements which I had you read and just read for this jury were after you checked the times and were clear on the times, right?
Correct.
Sustained. That was leading, yes.
Okay, let me fix it. What's the difference in the statements that I had you read for this jury just a few moments ago?
Overruled.
The statement I read that you showed me is the statement I gave to the police after I checked all of my times, and after I was positive with what times everything took place.
And were those accurate times?
Yes, they are.
Is that the truth?
Yes, it is.
Is that what happened that night?
Yes, it is.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Ms. Clark, anything else? All right, Ms. Aronson, thank you very much. You're excused.
Thank you.
All right, next witness. Oh, would you hand the exhibit back to Ms. Clark, please? Thank you.
I'd like to call Francesca Harmon, Your Honor.
All right, Francesca Harmon. And Mrs. Robertson, let's... All right, hold on just a second. Mrs. Robertson.
Please. Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you may give in the cause not being before this court should be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Please have a seat in the witness stand and state your first and last names for the record.
My name is Francesca Harmon.
Can we have the spelling, please?
I can't hear the question.
Could you say the spelling of your name, please?
The first or the last?
Both.
First, Francesca, Francesca. Last name Harmon, Harman.
Good afternoon, Ms. Harmon.
Good afternoon.
Are you a little nervous this afternoon?
Yes, I am.
Have you ever testified before?
No, I have not.
We're going to just ask a very few questions of you this afternoon. Were you in the Brentwood area on June the 12th, 1994?
Yes, I was.
And is there any reason why that date is important to you and you remember it?
That was the date of a double homicide in Brentwood.
Where were you in the early evening hours of June the 12th?
I was at 11908 Dorothy Street at a dinner party.
Who was this dinner party being held by?
It was being held by one colleague of mine who I work with, and then another colleague was also there, and then an upstairs neighbor.
What type of work do you do?
I'm a convention service manager at a local hotel.
Which hotel is that?
It's the...
Hold on. Is that necessary?
Just if they wanted to get a plug for the hotel. No, it is not, Your Honor.
That wasn't
And
funny.
At what time did you arrive for this dinner party?
somewhere between 6 o'clock and 7 o'clock. The dinner party was called for 6, and I arrived, I would say, about 6:35,
And what time did you leave the dinner party?
10:15.
How do you know the time?
There's a clock on a credenza by the doorway when I left, and so you can't help but see the clock as you leave.
Did you have work the next morning?
Yes, I did.
And what time do you work the next morning?
I had to be at work at 8:30 a.m.
Did you have anything of an alcoholic beverage to drink during this dinner party?
No, I did not.
Did you go by yourself?
I drove there by myself, yes.
Did you leave by yourself?
Yes, I did.
Would you tell the ladies and gentlemen of the jury what happened when you left this apartment dinner party?
Do you want me to point?
Yes, please, if that'll be helpful to you.
Dorothy Street, and this street is Westgate.
Do we need that microphone, Your Honor?
No, prosecutors can hear.
Can you hear me? Anyway, this is Westgate, this is Dorothy, and 11908 is the corner apartment right here. My car was parked right in front of the building facing east. So when I left, I got in my car, I had to take the club off, turn the ignition on, pull out of the space, and then go to this corner here and pull a U-turn and come back down Dorothy to the stop sign here at Dorothy and Bundy.
Let's just stop there for a moment. First, you said you had to take the club off.
Yes.
What is that?
Club is a metal contraption so that my car isn't stolen.
And about how long did it take you from the time you last saw the clock at 10:15 in the apartment to the time you actually started your car on Dorothy?
Hi, Walter.
It's probably about two minutes before I left, did my pleasantries, walked from the apartments in the back of the building, and I had to walk to the front of the building, go down the stairs, out of the building, to my car, and then in the car do all, take the club off.
What was the traffic conditions like on Dorothy?
Light.
Was there any traffic going on that you remember?
No. Dorothy, it's a little bit of a narrow street, so you have to be really conscious of cars coming, because otherwise you're going to run right into each other.
What about the noise on that street? Can you describe that for the jury?
When I was in my car here, coming back down, I didn't hear any kind of noise that I felt was unusual in any way.
Was it a quiet evening?
Yes, it was.
When you got to the corner of Dorothy and Bundy, do you have a way of estimating what time it was?
Yes, I do.
And how can you do that?
In my car, I have a digital display for my radio, and all the displays are in the same area. The digital display is broken, and the only way I can tell what radio station I'm on, is if I stick my finger on it and look. And so by looking, the clock is right above it, and it was 10:20, because I was looking to see what station I was on.
How fast were you driving as you got to Dorothy and Bundy?
Here, probably about 10 miles per hour.
When you got to the corner of the intersection, could you describe what the conditions were at that location to the jury, as far as traffic and noise in the area?
I didn't think that there was anything out of the unusual at the corner. When I got there, I stopped at the stop sign, and then I rolled the car out a little bit into the street, and I checked both ways just to be sure nothing was coming, and I made a right turn, going north up towards Montana.
You were headed home.
Yes, I was.
At some time later, did it come to your attention that you had passed the condominium where Nicole Brown Simpson lived and was murdered?
Objection, I believe.
Staying, rephrase the question.
Have you ever learned where Nicole Brown Simpson lived?
Yes, I
Yes, question.
Yes, I have learned where she lives.
And do you have any knowledge as to whether you passed that location?
On the night of the murder, I didn't know that she lived there.
Subsequently, did you come to learn where she lived?
Yes, I did.
And subsequently, did you come to discover whether or not you had passed that location?
Yes, I did. It was that Tuesday, June 14th, when I was told about what happened, and then I got into a discussion with a young lady that held the party, exactly what we were doing, and then, my gosh, is it possible we were having dinner when this was happening, and consequently watching TV and seeing pictures, so that's...
Can you point out to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury where the condominium that you later found that Nicole Brown Simpson resided at
This
was
one.
located?
Here.
pointing to the red
The red one.
stamp. About how fast were you driving when you went past that location?
Well, I'd been at a stop, so 0, and then going up to 5, maybe 10 miles by the time I passed it, and then accelerating to get home.
Was there any traffic as you passed that location?
Just traffic that I would think was normal on the street.
Was there any noise that was unusual?
I didn't hear any noise.
Did you hear the sound of a barking dog?
No, I did not.
Did you hear the wailing of a dog?
No, I did not.
Did you hear any argument or loud voices?
No, I did not.
Did you hear the sounds of something that would resemble a fight?
No, I did not.
You then proceeded home?
Then I proceeded home. Went to Montana here, and I turned left, and I took Montana all the way home to Santa Monica.
Did you notice any white vehicle in the area on Bundy between Dorothy and Montana?
No, I did not.
Thank you. Nothing further.
Mr. Darden, we'll go to 315.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Did you happen to drive to the area located behind Nicole Brown's condo that night?
Is that this area here?
Well, you tell me. Do you know where she lived?
No. I mean, I didn't know that was her house until after the fact, and I would have no reason to be on this street here.
Okay, so you don't know whether or not there was a white Ford Bronco parked behind that structure at 1020 or not. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Are you were you kept in a room today as you waited to testify?
Yes, I was.
Were you kept there with other defense witnesses?
Could you be more clear on the question, please?
Well, were you in a room today with
Proceed.
Ellen Aronson, a young woman wearing a beige or taupe blazer?
Very, very, very briefly.
Okay. Did you see her on Bundy, walking on Bundy Avenue that night at 1020?
I didn't notice her.
Okay. In fact, you have stated before, have you not, that you did not see any pedestrians on the street on Bundy?
That's correct.
Okay, so you didn't see Ellen Aronson,
No, I didn't.
and you didn't see Danny Mandel.
No.
Okay. And it's your testimony that you were on Bundy at 10:20 p.m. is that
I was at the
right?
corner of Dorothy and Bundy at 10:20.
And then you made a right turn.
Then I made a right turn.
You were driving north at that point, is that correct?
Correct.
You drove north on Bundy,
Correct.
didn't see anybody walking.
I didn't notice anything that was unusual.
Now, as you drove north on Bundy, Nicole Brown's condo would have been to your left, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. You're driving on the right-hand side of the street.
Correct.
The condo was on the opposite side of the street. Is that correct?
Correct.
Is there a yellow line dividing the middle of the street?
Yes.
And so I take it then that as you drove north on Bundy Drive, you were looking at the road.
Correct.
You were looking ahead.
That's correct.
You weren't looking to your left across the street at Bundy.
I would have no reason to.
Have you been back to the area near 875 South Bundy?
Yes, I have.
And why did you go back?
I have friends that live on Dorothy. I have friends that live on Darlington. I have friends that live on Kiowa. So I'm always coming down Bundy.
Okay. Now, as you drove north on Bundy, you had your radio on?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And what kind of car were you driving?
Nissan 300Z.
Okay. Convertible?
No.
Hardtop?
Yes.
Was the top on?
Yes.
And you didn't hear any noise that sounded like fighting?
No, I did not.
And you couldn't hear any noise that sounded like fighting because you were listening to the radio, is that correct?
I had the radio on. I did not hear any noise.
Okay. You didn't hear any scuffling?
I did not.
You didn't hear anyone yell anything?
No, I did not.
And you couldn't hear those things because you had the window rolled up, is that correct?
No, the window is actually cracked because I always open the window for circulation.
Okay.
So the window was open.
Okay, so the window was cracked?
Mm-hmm.
Is that yes?
That's correct.
The window wasn't completely open?
No, it was not.
Now, having gone back and looked at the location at 875 South Bundy, have you noticed that there's a very, very large palm tree almost directly in front of the walkway at 875 South Bundy?
There's a lot of things in front of the walkway right now. There's gates and yellow tape and trees and bushes.
Well, do you recall seeing those trees and bushes at that location when you passed it that night?
The trees and bushes I saw would have been as I turned right and the headlights fell on the trees and bushes, and then as the car came north, I would see the street. So that would be the trees and the bushes that I saw.
You want to show that to Mr. Shapiro? Mr. Darden,
People's next in order, Your Honor.
496.
Okay. You won't have to cut the feed for this one. Let me show you a photograph, if I may. People's 496.
Right here?
Mr. Darden.
That's Bundy Drive,
Yes, it is.
and you made a right turn at that intersection and turned right, is that correct?
That's correct.
And do you see a bright light there in the background near one of the structures?
To the right, to the left of that palm tree?
Yes.
Yes, I do.
Okay. And is that what you would have seen as you made that right turn on the Bundy?
Actually, my headlights don't cut, they cut off a little bit before that. I see that when I did the trip again, my headlights cut across onto that back gate and then the arched gate and then come across the low bushes and come into the street going north. They don't go up that high.
They don't go all the way up to 875 South Bundy?
No. You mean the actual entranceway?
Yes.
No, they didn't. They cut off, I mean, as I turning this way, if you see that arched gate, they shine on the arched gate, then they shine on the low bushes, and then they come across, and I'm headed north on Bundy.
And when the witness indicated turning, she indicated a turning motion to the right.
Okay. So in other words, you couldn't see the gate.
The
at
gate
Bundy.
in question for the murders? No, I
Yes.
did not.
You say that you redrove the route.
Yes, I have redriven the route.
Did you do that with the defense, or did you do it on your own?
I did it with the defense.
Did you tell them that your headlights didn't hit the gate at 875 South Bundy?
I didn't have to. They were in the car with me.
And yet you're here to testify anyway, is that correct?
Sustained.
What's the next? Next photograph, Your Honor, people 497. You don't have to cut the piece. Now, looking at that photograph, people 497, do you see a large tree there?
The tree in the foreground?
Yes.
Okay, I see that large palm tree in the foreground.
Okay, and is that tree directly in front of 875 South Bundy?
It looks to be from this picture.
Okay. And as you passed the 875 South Bundy location going north on Bundy,
Correct.
as you looked over to your left, you would have seen that palm tree. Is that correct?
I guess it would if I had looked. I didn't look.
Overruled.
You didn't see 3 Hispanic males in ski masks on Bundy, did you?
No, I did not.
Have a moment, Your Honor. Just about done. And I take it that you couldn't hear a dog barking given the fact that you had the radio on, is that right?
I did not hear a dog barking.
Okay. Now, you testified that you left your friend's house at 10:15.
Correct.
Okay, you didn't look at your own watch to determine what time it was when you left.
No, I looked at the desk clock that's on the credenza.
Okay, and is that credenza located in the kitchen?
There's another clock in the kitchen. There's a stove that has a clock in the middle of it where you usually turn the timer.
Okay. Is that an antique stove in the kitchen?
No, it's a modern apartment building.
Okay. You didn't look at the clock on the stove before you left?
I wasn't in the kitchen. I was near the kitchen. We had cleared the dishes. I looked at that clock. Then we went back into the living room. And then I left with the upstairs neighbor, and I looked at that clock as I left because that's by the doorway.
Okay, when you say that clock,
Well, it's the desk clock on her credenza.
okay. Who is Randall Later, L-A-T-E-R?
He is a gentleman that I work with.
Okay, and what does he do?
He is in the security department of the hotel.
Okay. And is he also a private investigator?
Yes, he is.
And he took your statement, is that correct?
Yes, he did.
And he provided your statement to the defense?
I gave it to him and...
Hold on.
Okay.
Overruled.
Okay, you gave your statement to Mr. Later. Is that
Yes, I
correct?
did.
Now, do you know a man named Tom Lane?
I do.
Okay. And do you know a man named Bob Bell?
No, I don't.
Does Tom Lane work for the same company you work for?
He doesn't work for the same company. He's just located in the same building.
Do you know Bob Wells? W-E-L-L-S?
Yes, I do know who he is.
Okay. Does he work for the same company you work for?
Yes, he's the owner.
Thank you.
Mr. Shapiro?
Ms. Harmon, how sure are you of the time when you were at the corner of Dorothy and Bundy?
I'm very sure because pushing my finger in to look at the digital display, the clock is right there, and I looked at both, and I'm positive.
And the time was?
10:20.
About how long would it take you to get to the corner of Bundy and Montana? About what time do you estimate you got there?
Maybe 10:22, 10:23,
So you-
10:22 probably.
So clearly by 10:27, you were out of the area of the condominium of Nicole Brown Simpson?
Yes, I was.
How loud do you play your radio, and how loud, well, strike that. How loud were you playing your radio that night?
I don't consider it very loud.
You don't have one of those blast systems in your car?
No, I do not.
And how sure are you that you did not hear the sound of a barking or barking dogs?
I'm very sure I didn't hear anything.
Thank you. Nothing further.
Mr. Darden?
Ms. Harmon, the times that you've given us today, the accuracy of those times depend on the accuracy of someone else's kitchen clock. Is that correct?
And
Overruled.
desk clock, yes, it would.
Okay. And as well as the accuracy of the digital clock in your vehicle. Is that correct?
Yes, it would.
And so if those clocks are 1 or 2 or more or less
No,
minutes
Chinny,
off,
when
your
the
time would be
last-
off, wouldn't it?
It would, except I usually set the clock to KFW.
When the last witness was coming to the stand, the judge was like, "Hey, get rid of that cup. Get rid of that cup." So the judge is on it. He is on it.
So I feel
Jam
confident that
on
the
me.
clock in my car was accurate.
I said mine in 92.3 the beach. Thank you. That's all.
What station were you listening to?
97.1, KLSX.
Classic rock. Okay. Thank you very much, Ms. Harmon.
Thank you.
All right, we'll take our recess at this time. Ladies and gentlemen, please remember all my admonitions to you. We'll stand in recess for 15. Mr. Cochran.
Yes, thank you for your time, Your Honor. Our next witness, Your Honor, is Ms. Denise Pilnack. Ms. Pilnack, report, please.
All right, ma'am, could you stand right there, please, and face the clerk?
Raise your right hand, please. You do solemnly swear that the testimony you may give in the cause not being before this court should be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? I do. Please have a seat on the witness stand and state and spell your first and last name for the record.
Denise Pilnack, DENISE PILNAK.
Mr.
Can you
Cochran.
pull the microphone towards you a little bit, Ms. Pilnack?
Yes.
Good afternoon, Ms. Pilnack.
Good afternoon.
Ms. Pilnack, do you presently reside in the 900 block of South Bundy? I won't give your exact address.
Yes.
And back in the month of June of 1994, did you live in the 900 block of South Bundy?
Yes.
What line of work are you generally in, Ms. Pilnack?
I've been in the high-tech publishing business for about the last 10 years.
All right. Now, I'd like to direct your attention back to the date of June 12th of 1994. Do you recall that particular date?
Yes, I do.
And was that a Sunday?
Yes.
And as a result of your work in the publishing field, do you have any specific, strike that, as a result of your work in the publishing field, are you kind of a stickler for time?
I've been in sales for 20 years, so I have to account for my time.
And so you're kind of used to counting for your time?
Yes, sir.
Now, with regard to that date, June 12th, 1994, do you know the various things you did on that particular date?
Yes, I do.
And let's start with the morning. What were you doing at about 8:30 that morning?
I had to go over to my girlfriend's house and feed her dog. She was out of town.
All right. And what did you do after you fed your girlfriend's dog?
I met a bunch of friends. We meet every Sunday at 9 o'clock and run, and I ran 11 miles.
All right, you're a runner, are you?
Long distance, yes.
And you ran 11 miles that Sunday?
Horrified.
You got to say yes or no.
Horrified.
All right. And do you run most days or many days?
Every day.
Gross.
Did you know who Miss Nicole Brown Simpson was?
Yes, I did.
And you knew where she lived prior to June 12, 1994?
No, I didn't.
How did you know who she was before that?
I used to see her running with her girlfriend, Cora,
All right.
several times a week. But I just knew her. Just living in Brentwood, you know everyone.
All right. And you lived in Brentwood for a period of time, have you?
Yes, I have.
Now, let's shift to the afternoon. We won't go through your entire day. Let's shift to the afternoon. What were you doing around 5:30 on that day?
Went to church,
Is that a church in that area?
St. Martin's of Tours on Sunset.
All right. And after that, did you have occasion to do something else?
Yes, my mother was in from the Midwest with her husband, and they were staying at my sister's. They came over, and we ended up having dinner.
All right.
All right, that's horrifying enough. You've had enough horror for one day. She got on the stand and instantly I don't want to hear any more from her. All right. We're going to end it today. We still got a lot to go, but we are flying, guys. Once we hit that 300 video mark, we have just been flying. So we're going to end it today, and we're going to start again tomorrow. I hope that you guys have a great day. I really do. And I'll see you again. Thank you so much for coming out. Bye, guys.